Well, hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name's Rob Evans. I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, taking your life, your mindset, your business, your body from where you are right now to being unstoppable. And today is a really powerful episode, and you'll want to re-listen to this over and over a few times so that you can really embed these principles that I'm talking about, because what I'm going to give you are 5 key principles that are going to help set you up for the rest of your life in terms of your overall health, wellness, vitality, energy. And why are we doing that? Because if we can get that right, we have more energy, it'll create more focus for you. You'll be able to do whatever it is that you want to without limits, hence being unstoppable. So, really powerful. First step, I want you to be thinking about your food right now, and I want you to get in 6 meals a day. Now, for most of you, that's going to be a stretch, because most people that I work with, when I first start coaching them, some of them are eating somewhere between 2 to 4 meals a day. That would be by far the majority. 80% of people would only be doing that. Women tend to be a little bit worse than men, I do say. And some of you may be eating 5 meals a day, but it's that 6th meal that's really important. Why do we want to make sure we're doing that? Because it increases your metabolism. Why is that important? Increasing your metabolism helps move fat out of your body. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go through this in too much detail because we're going to have some other episodes where I'll talk about food in depth. But essentially, as soon as you get up in the morning, you want to be having breakfast. The closer that you can eat to 5 a.m. in the morning, trust me, your body, your metabolism is going to thank you for it. I start eating at 5 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes it's earlier, but 5 a.m. And then from that point on, every 2 to 3 hours, you want to make sure that you're eating. So that's how you can effectively get in your 6 meals. We're essentially talking a breakfast, lunch and dinner, those traditional meals where we want to get in some protein, where we want to get in at least half to 2/3 of our plate being plant-based food, and then we want to be getting in some higher energy food for most people as well. So higher energy food, complex carbohydrates, I'm talking about rice, grains, pasta, breads, potatoes, those kinds of things. So that's breakfast, lunch and dinner. And then in between, we want to be getting in some good quality snacks. So that might be some protein by itself. It might be some plant-based food like a piece of fruit, a little tub of yogurt. It might be some rice cakes with some avocado or some tomato or something like that. You know, I'm not going to go through all the different options, but you've got the idea. Something like that's a little snack, not to get you through to the end of the day, but to get you through to that next meal, which is going to come up in 2 to 3 hours time. Really important, because let's face it, if we've got 2/3 of Australia, I think it's 70% in the US being overweight. Europe has similar issues. Most of people that are listening to this, there's a high chance that you're going to be in one of those categories, being overweight or obese. You want to trim up a little bit, or you're in that position where, do you know what, I just want to get more health and vitality and more energy into my day and into my body so I don't feel so lethargic by the time it gets to, the middle of the afternoon. So they're really fundamental tips. Next one is about strength training. Strength training is like your fountain of youth. The stronger you become, the more muscle that you build, again, that has a positive impact on your metabolism. Increasing your metabolism to burn more fat. Burning more fat while you're sitting down at your desk, while you're driving in the car, while you're sleeping at night, your metabolism will be burning more fat. So what we want to do is create this environment where your body is burning like a fat burning furnace so that you can become leaner by eating. So the way that I eat my food, so today is Sunday here in Australia. Sunday is the only day that I sleep in, and today I got an extra 4 hours sleep than I would normally get. So I was up after 8 a.m. this morning. But what that also means is that I've got to get 8 meals in within the time frame, like in about 9 hours. And so that's, of course, very challenging. But because I know how important it is for me, on the day I do a workout, like a strength workout or an intense cardio workout, I get in an extra 2 meals. So basically a pre and post workout meal on top of my 6 meals. But because it's so important to me, I'm focused on it. And it means that I've got to pay attention to the time. Now, over time, what you will find is that your body says to you, oh, it must be time to eat. Initially, you'll find that, oh, gee, I'm not hungry, so I won't eat. Again, remember the last few days we've been talking about what it is that you want, having a plan, why you want it. Now, when you work out those things, you will do the things that I'm saying because you know that it's so important to you. So your strength training, what is that? Well, it's about lifting weights in a gym. It could be even just body-weighted exercises. So things like squats, push-ups, bicep curls, dips for your triceps, all of that kind of stuff is building strength, building muscle. Most of my strength workout is done lifting weights because I want to lift heavier weights so that I can build more muscle faster. But really, really important because as we get older, our ability to produce testosterone and build muscle starts to fade. So the only way for us to keep that going is we need to provide the stimulus. So we need to do the workouts. So it doesn't matter what age you are, strength training is a positive thing for you. It can make your bones stronger. And this is the thing with like really old people. So if we're talking people like in their late 70s, 80s, 90s, what do they look like? Generally, they're frail because they're losing all their muscle. It's atrophying. So we want to make sure that we're building as much as we can and it keeps you nice and strong and healthy. And of course, it also helps you keeping on looking sexy because it gives you that toned, if you're a man, that muscular, more defined look. If you're a lady, being slimmer, tighter, having those nice curves that you like through the different parts of your body is also a really exciting feature. Now, how much should we do? That's a big question. I encourage my clients to be doing 3 sessions a week. If they're a performance athlete, then it's different. And we have an in-season and an off-season that we would be doing, but most people aren't going to be in that category. So I say 3 strength sessions a week is really ideal. So if you did like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, depending on your schedule, that one can often work better. But that's what you want to do, making sure that you're spreading throughout the week. So don't go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then nothing until Monday the next week, because you want to keep working your body, giving it some time to recover, feeding it while you recover with those 6 meals a day with the right nutrients, and then making sure that you re-stimulate that muscle. So that's really important. That's what I do. I do 3 days a week of strength training. Now then let's talk about the next one, which is about cardio training. So cardiovascular training. So this is exercising your heart, right? Elevating your heart rate, getting to that point where you're perhaps sweating and you're burning more calories. That's essentially why we're doing that. We're strengthening the heart by pushing it a little bit more than we would normally would, and making sure that we're burning some extra calories. So that helps us maintain that high metabolism as well and burning some more fat. So how often should we do that? I recommend that you do it every other day. So if you're training 3 days with strength training, on every other day, do some cardio training. Now, here's the good news. Me personally, I'm not a fan of cardio. I've always done way more strength training than I have cardio training. But even today, with working at what I'm working towards for the end of this year, I do 1 intense cardio session a week, which goes for essentially 20 minutes of working time, like hard working time, and 3 minutes of warm up and 2 minutes of cool down. And then I'll spend another couple of minutes walking around afterwards just to get my heart rate back down. And that's all I do, 1 a week, and I do it on Sunday. So I did mine this morning, and it feels nice to get that out of the way. The rest of the time, for my cardio, I'm just walking. And that's the good news. I mean, when I first started out in this, I thought, man, to achieve what I'm working towards this year, I thought, gosh, I've got to start with 20 minutes of cardio and then get up to 30 minutes and then 45 minutes and then an hour and then gosh, how many hours of cardio do I need to work to get the body that I want? The good news is all I do is walking, and I do one intense cardio session a week, and I've never been leaner. So it's about doing it smarter, not harder. Now here's the thing with your cardio. Why I love the key is to find what it is that you love doing. So some people, I'm in my studio right now, I have a recumbent bike, that's one where you sit down like a chair. I've got an upright bike, I have a cross trainer, I have a rower as well. I mean, then you've got things like your steppers, it could be a treadmill. For some people, doing the indoor stuff is fantastic, but others, they really don't like it. For me personally, because I do spend a lot of time inside and in my office, I like to get outside and go for a walk. And that's good for my hips and my back. It keeps the blood circulating and helps me stay pain-free because I sit down quite a lot. So other people like riding a bike outside, or it might be running, or it might be swimming. It could be rowing out in the water. The key is to find what you love doing. So me personally, I love walking because I can get outside, I can walk around my neighborhood, I can feel the sun on my face, the breeze on my face, I can hear the noises of nature because I live sort of out of the city, so there's animals and paddocks around and everything, so it's really quite peaceful. And for me, that just is something that I enjoy. So find what it is that you love doing and focus on 20 to 30 minutes of cardio. And all I do in terms of my intensity, how I'm talking to you right now, I'm walking right now. I'm doing laps of my studio as I talk to you. This sort of intensity, it doesn't have to be and that kind of intensity. I do that on one day, on the Sunday when I do my intense session, but the rest of the time I'm just walking. And to give you some idea as to how far I do it, well, I'm focusing on getting my 10,000 plus steps in a day. For me personally, I find that is a good way for maintaining my back and hip maintenance and to be pain-free. So that's something that I just really enjoy. Next step is about water. Now, most people do not drink anywhere near enough water, and the water in your coffee doesn't count. I'm talking about clean, fresh water here. So whether it's clean, fresh tap water or bottled water, whatever is your preference, but my aim for people is to be drinking, say, 2+ litres of water a day. And so what does that do? So water is a fat mobilizer. So the more water you drink, it has an impact on your body temperature, which also helps to eliminate the fat from your body. It also helps flush out toxins from your body. It helps clean your skin from the inside out, and it just makes you feel fresher. It's really, really powerful. And obviously it keeps you well hydrated, which can help keep away headaches and those kinds of things. But flushing out the toxins is a really important one, and one of those toxins is the fat. So I say 2 litres. Me personally, I aim for at least 3 to 4+ litres a day, just drinking constantly. So how do you get in that much water? For some people, they're only drinking 500-600 mils of water. So what I do is I have a drink bottle, one of those squeezy ones where you just kind of stick it in your gob and squeeze it, and the water comes out like a sports bottle. I have one of those with me everywhere. If I'm in a meeting, if I'm with clients, in my studio, if I'm coaching, I have one in the studio. Well, it's the same one, but I'll bring it with me in the studio. I'll drink every time I'm updating someone's records, or every time I have a little break or a walk to one side of the studio to the other. I have it by my desk while I'm working. Every time I take my hand off the mouse, I will have a drink of water off the keyboard. If I'm traveling in the car, I'll take one with me. If I'm meeting with clients, I'll take one with me, whether they're on site or whether they're off site. I always have it with me, and I'm just more conscious of consuming more water. Super, super powerful. So water is the next thing that you need to be getting in. And the last step, number 5, is about your sleep. So with your sleep, as a general guide, I say to people 6 to 8 hours of sleep is certainly adequate. For many years, I have been focusing on getting around 6 hours sleep. There are some nights where I'll get 5.5 hours sleep, but I try and make sure that I've been getting 6 hours. Now, my strength and conditioning coach, he has recently said to me, just over this last week, he says he wants me to be getting in, he took me up half an hour. He said, I want you getting in 6.5 hours. But now he said he wants me to get in 7 hours of sleep. And I can see that there is definitely an impact on me. If you are consistently getting the 6 hours sleep, yeah, sure you can function, but I certainly do notice if I get that little bit extra, I'm feeling more upbeat, I'm feeling less tired towards the latter part of the day. And what my coach says is that your body will thank you for it, and I can see what he means. And he also places an emphasis on getting more hours of sleep before midnight. So I try and get to settled in bed by 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock, because I'm up at 20 past 4, because if I'm going to get that many hours sleep in, I've got to make sure that I either sleep in more or I go to bed earlier to get those hours in. Some people say, I need way more than that. Now, I've got 2 young girls who are this year 13 and 15, and they need more sleep than I do. Their bodies are developing and they just need more sleep. For most people, you can very adequately get by 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I am, as I say, getting 7 in at the moment. I got in over 8 today, and that was a really nice surprise and really pleasant. So they are the 5 fundamental things that I teach people to do better at. And they might sound overly simplistic, but let's face it, things that sound easy and sound simplistic are normally not done by most people. But if you do these things consistently, trust me, your body will thank you for it. You'll start to look different, you'll start to feel different, and you'll be like, wow, I had no idea that I could change the shape of my body. I could change my strength, my vitality, how I feel, my energy level. And gee, do you know what? My focus is also starting to change now, and I'm loving that. So it's really fundamental. If you'd like to find out how you can work with us more closely and create individually tailored meal plans for you and have a discussion with you around your specific health and fitness goals, you can opt in for a free consultation. All you need to do is go to thementaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, scroll to the very bottom of the page, and you'll be taken to a page where you can then opt in for a free consultation. Love to help you become unstoppable with your health, your fitness, your mindset, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.